As you know now, of course, the big deal last night was that the Bondi bitch, the idiotic blonde bimbo from Florida, who happens to be the United States Attorney General right now, informed her Lord and Master, Donald Christ, that, well, she told him a couple of months ago, he's known all along, that his name is in the Jeffrey Epstein files. So it wasn't made public last night. It's just that the news hit the news cycle last night. Trump is known since, I think, May. Now, the disclosure comes as part of a debriefing, I guess, that the Bondi bitch provides to the toilet rat because the Epstein case is all of a sudden front and center. Now, this poor old bastard died in 2019. While he was waiting trial on sex trafficking charges. And I have to say something right here. Let me interject it right here. I have been a complete believer that Epstein really hit the skids and decided the only way out for him was to take his own life. I'm not sure I believe that anymore. Epstein was awaiting trial on those sex trafficking charges, and he was the only other person other than Ghislaine, what's her name, who knows everything about what happened. Everything. He has all the information. And as far as the toilet rat ordering a hit on Jeffrey Epstein, oh, please, that would be as easy as you and I would go to the kitchen and get a glass of water. But the only two people, Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein, were the only two who knew all the names, all the times, all the dates, all the places. And apparently, it was also revealed last night that there is a book, a notebook, that contains the letters that the toilet rat insists that he did not write, the Christmas birthday greeting card, whatever the hell it is. You know, it's really immaterial what the objects are. I think the proof will be there, and I'm hoping this will destroy this fucking Donald Trump in a way that impeachment and conviction never could. I'm counting on it. We'll have to see, right? So, the disclosure to the toilet rat by the Bondi bitch was made during a meeting that also included the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, who is on his way, in a manner of speaking, to, interview Ghislaine Maxwell. Interview my ass. He's there to tell her what the conditions of her pardon by the toilet rat will consist of. This is what you have to say, Ghislaine, or you're going to rot in prison, or we may have the suicide squad visit you, just like we had the suicide squad visit poor old Jeffrey. Huh? The Bondi bitch and Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General. Isn't it cool? Trump, and I'm saying that very cynically, Trump tried for his entire first term to convince the Justice Department they were his lawyers. And, of course, the Justice Department more or less told him to fuck off. No, that's not what we are. What we are is an independent, investigative, law enforcement, whatever you want to call us, division of the government. We don't work for you, you fucking toilet rat. We work for the U.S. Constitution and the people of the country. Well, that is gibberish to the toilet rat. He has no use for any kind of talk like that. Well, this time around, he has made sure. He has made sure that the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, the Justice Department, and every goddamn branch of government he can get his slimy little tiny talons into now work for him, Donald Christ. Nobody else. Fuck the American people. So, based on that, and maybe I've seen too many mafia movies. I don't know. Maybe I have. No, on the other hand, no, I haven't. I haven't seen enough, actually. Being of Italian heritage, I kind of miss that aspect Although my grandfather was not part of, he was not mafioso because he was not Sicilian. He was Italian, as they used to say. But he told me stories. My grandfather told me stories about the mafia in Italy, what it was like before he came to this country. And he came to this country when he was a youngster. He was only 14, I think. But he had stories to tell. He did indeed. But anyway, the idea of ordering a hit on Ghislaine Maxwell is just like, okay, yeah, that would probably be what the toilet rat would do. Why wouldn't he? His legal representative, who made a shambles of the Constitution before the Supreme Court, in fact, even got the Supreme Court to more or less agree to that if Donald Trump wanted to order somebody killed, he could do it, as long as it was within the parameters of his duties as President of the United States. Very easy to just suggest, manufacture some evidence and suggest that Ghislaine Maxwell, is that her name, Maxwell? Am I fucking that up, or is it? Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Very easy to manufacture evidence, irrefutable evidence, that shows that Ghislaine Maxwell was trying to overthrow the government, or she was an agent from hell, or a Chinese spy, or that she slipped and fell in her holding cell, and in falling inadvertently got her neck, got a bed sheet wrapped around her neck, and oh darn, she strangled to death. Well, okay. There goes the key witness. Well, I guess that closes that case, huh? One down, one to go. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, Todd Blanche is on his way, former attorney for Donald Trump. They got the toilet rat convicted of 34 felonies. That's the kind of guy you want to have as your lawyer for sure. And Blanche is on his way to work a deal. And I'm sure the deal will include something along the lines of, bitch, if you don't do this, they'll be sending your body home in an envelope. Oh, wait a minute. Now, it's obviously it's not clear in the fact that the toilet rat is included in the Epstein file. It's not clear how significant these references to the toilet rat really are. But the fact that the Bondi bitch went and told him this sheds a little bit of light on discussions between Trump's Attorney General and her Lord and Master, Donald Christ, at a very time when the toilet rat's team is desperately trying to move on. No, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Now, of course, the toilet rat's top two FBI appointees, you know, the one who looks like a fucking werewolf, that would be Ketchup Patel. And then the other one, what's the other one's name? Oh, fuck them. I don't care. But those two top FBI appointees were among those who were absolutely adamant before they took their jobs that there was all kinds of shit to uncover in the files. Oh, the world is going to be shocked. We are going to rip back the facade of this file and show all these people who are involved in sex trafficking with children. Oh, oops, wait, what? Say that again. Trump's name? He's in there? Oh, well, never mind. As Rosanna, whatever he used to say. Never mind. Now, the toilet rat, of course, we all know this now because we are following this with a bated breath, waiting for the next anvil to fall, hopefully on Trump's bloated ankles. But we already know that the toilet rat appears in the documents related to the investigation. That's been made public, that his name is in there. And he was an asshole buddy of Epstein's until they had what the toilet rat has described as a falling out in the early 2000s, right? Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't seen him for 15 years, and he stopped providing me 14. Well, I mean, never mind. I didn't mean to say that. And then if you remember back in February when the Bondi bitch tried a real PR stunt. I mean, this crazy bitch, she's been in the fucking Florida sun way too long. But she put out this series of white binders. Remember seeing pictures of those? About the Epstein file that contained the phone numbers of some of the toilet rat's family members, including Ivanka. What? Well, I'm not making this shit up. And the Bondi bitch at the time, and Blanche, I love his name, Blanche and Bondi at the time said, as part of our routine briefing, we made the president aware of the findings. Nothing in the files, the Bondi bitch went on, nothing in the files warranted further investigation or prosecution. Okay, everybody go home, all over, da-da-da. Let's go out on the lawn and put up a big flagpole. And the former sumo wrestler, Stephen Chung, who is now the White House communications director, would not address questions about that briefing, according to the New York Times. But, it's always a but he called any suggestion that the toilet rat was engaged in wrongdoing related to Mr. Epstein is, quote, fake news. And he said that the toilet rat had ejected Epstein from his club, Mar-a-Lago, for, quote, being a creep. He was a creep. There's no there, or here, or over there. Now get the fuck out of here. I'm Stephen Chung. You want me to break you into 4 pieces? Get out of here. Now, of course, the toilet rat, being the lying son of a bitch that he is, has denied over and over and over that the Bondi bitch had told him that he was in the files. And in fact, the week of June 7th, according to the New York Times, the White House received an inquiry from ABC about the May briefing. And a week later, an ABC journalist asked Trump during a gaggle with reporters if the Bondi bitch had told him his name appeared in the files. He replied, no, of course not. Who do you work for? Oh, the fake news, huh? No. The only thing in those files is shit manufactured by Democrats and the Jews and Soros and Obama and Negroes. What else you want to know? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.